Good morning, good morning, good morning. And hello and welcome to this week's Monday Motivation. And just as I started there, a few minutes late, sorry about that, a message just came halfway across my screen. So thank you for welcoming the inside of my hand this morning. No subliminal messages, just that's what I was doing just as I went live. Let me take a sip of water. So welcome. I delayed the start of this just by a couple of minutes because just as I was getting ready to start, you could hear the of the rubbish collectors coming along. So, hello, Karen, who says, morning. Morning, Karen. Hello, Ivona, who says, hi, Jenny, with a lovely purple heart. As usual, she likes purple. I happen to know that. Thank you so much for watching this week's Monday Motivation. Now, let me tell you why this is a good way to start, particularly today, good way to start your Monday, your morning, your week, and even your month. Because tomorrow we go into December, the final month of the year. Hey, it's my namesake, Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Giving you a wave there as well. So, I thought today I would talk about carving out our life. And there's two reasons that I wanted to share this motivation with you this morning. So, she's called me darling and given me lots of lovely hearts. Thank you, my lovely. So there's a couple of reasons why I thought I would share this today. So the first thing, obviously, is, for many of us, most of the people that I am very blessed to come across are very kind of, positive thinking, glass half full and all of that kind of stuff as well, which is great. A lot of them have got really great tools. Many of them are coaches, many of them almost like life guides, help people through various different things in life and business. So it's great when we pick up these tools along the way, but it doesn't make us immune to any feelings of, gosh, what do we do next? And also it doesn't make us any better than anyone who doesn't have those tools. And that's part of what Monday Motivation is about. It's a good way to start, as I say, your Monday, your morning, your week, and even your month, as it is this month. But you know what, sometimes we worry about certain things and they can come out of nowhere. Sometimes we struggle with stuff, or we struggle with how to navigate through things. And if one thing 2020 has shown us this year, it's so interesting. This time last year and a bit earlier, I was saying 2020 is going to be the year of 2020 vision. And I interpreted that feeling of 2020 vision as being one that's, everything's going to be magical, it's 2020, look at the numbers and all of that. When actually, what I felt was that it's a year of 2020 vision where we see things clearly. Now, quite a few years ago, I saw something right here on Facebook. I don't know who said it. It was a graphic of a wall and somebody had spray painted real eyes, realize, real lies. That landed with me, and when I think back from last year to the year of 2020 and what it could bring and mean for people, I really felt like people would see people for who they really are, things for who they really are, and all sorts of, they'd have this clarity to see things clearly. And when you think about it, 2020 has kind of been like that, We've gone through, a pandemic, which many of us in our lifetimes have never gone through or lived through. We've seen lots of world happenings, from the murder of George Floyd to many other things as well, where, equity and diversity has been really pushed in front of us to take stock of, to have a look at, and we've seen a lot of how people really are. Much of it just heartwarming, and some of it not so great. So real eyes, realise, real lies. If you've been feeling like this year has almost been like a gathering round of people or a culling, go with your gut, go with your instincts, go with what you feel. So I wanted to do this particular topic today about carving out our life because I realise that sometimes in life it's easier for us to see the glass half full and carve out what we want than it is in other times. And I know for this year it's been a dichotomy for some people, and it's been tough on a lot of people. And a lot of people have felt very lost. A lot of people have gone through many life changes. You know, I speak quite regularly to a lot of the vibers, as I call you guys. And, you know, sometimes you're really going through tough times. And yes, you've got skills. Yes, you've got tools. But you're also having this experience as a human being where sometimes stuff does feel tough and hurts. So here are a couple of tips today that I'm going to share. Now, before I share, I must remember not to be remiss about this, that today is the last day of the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group. And I have to say, I've had a lot of messages over the weekend. Thank you so much, because I've been trying over the last couple of months not to work at weekends, but peeking into the messages. But I have to say, is it Dr. Zeus that said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I know it feels sad when something closes, but that's not how I want to leave the vibe of the group. There's 900 of you in there, and what I would really encourage you to do today is, you know, if you've got groups or pages or ways that people can stay connected with you, you know, post in there and let people know. You know, let people know how they can connect with you. Many of you kind of say, oh, is it all right to do that? That is the essence of what the Visibility Vibes Tribe was all about. You know, for you to be visible, you don't need my permission, you don't need my validation. And, you know, over the last couple of years, I guess, so many of you have got so much great stuff to share, yet you come to me for permission, and that's not why I created the group. I created the group for you to all to connect from each other and with each other, and to share some of the juicy stuff that you all do in the world, and to be unapologetic about it, to be confident about it, to be consistent about it. And I've noticed in the last couple of years how for some people it's felt a bit more like a chore or something extra that they've had to do on their to-do list. You know, when they show up, they'll like apologise and haven't been in here for ages because, and that's not what I wanted to create. So I've decided that as of today, like later on today, I will hit the archive button. So please do go and connect with people. If there are people in there that you have thought, you know what, I've really wanted to connect with them and reach out to them, then now's the time to do it. You've literally got, you know, less than 24 hours. Anyway, so thank you, Ivona. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. And hopefully long may they continue. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be here on Facebook. I will be myself, forced to be more visible, and rather than going in and sharing kind of little nuggets in the group that the rest of the world might not have seen before, I'll just be sharing them here. So just in case, because a lot of people do get reminders or they follow this page, what I'd really dearly love you to do, instead of following the page, I'd love you to like the page. Then that way you will definitely get any updates and all of that kind of stuff. I've left some instructions in the Vibes Tribe what to do if you want to keep connected with my work. And for those of you who already have taken advantage of learning from my mentor, because I appreciate Ivona saying that she appreciates our one-to-one mentoring, I've learned from some phenomenal coaches and mentors over the years, and I will continue to do that. But the mentor that I keep going back to and keep like heading with her work, and I feel has some responsibility in how I show up in the world and how I've thought differently in the world, has got to be the lovely Lisa Sasovich, who is having a 3-day event this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in US time. Now, like, if you can get involved in that, go into the group, you'll see the announcement that I made in there. The tickets, or the doors will shut on the tickets literally within the next couple of hours, American time, you know, so do grab that. And the thing that I love about what she's done is she's doing the 3-day event, and she's doing it by donation. So there's quite a nominal amount for a 3-day event, considering what you're about to learn. And this is about monetizing your mission. So for those of you that especially do something in business that isn't about helping people have more clients and more money and more wealth and all of that, you'll especially love what she shares about how to put that out there in the world. And the replay is going to be available for 7 days. So definitely go there, definitely turn up for this, as many of the sessions as you can, play full out. I will be making a little appearance in the event, and that's all I'm going to say for now. But, you know, I really want you to be able to monetize your own missions. Oh, and the great thing I was saying is that not only is the ticket a donation to one of 2 charities and really good organisations, but Lisa's actually going to match that as well. So for everything that you put in, she matches it as well, which is just one of the many reasons why I really love Lisa's work. Anyway, that's that. So act quickly if you haven't already. Now, today, creating, crafting out our future and creating our future, when you think about the kind of the ups and downs, the bumps and slides, if you like, of this year, you might be in a place right now where you're literally head in your hands thinking, I can't do this. And if that is you, definitely reach out. And know that in certain countries we've been restricted as to kind of going and giving people in-person hugs. But don't let that stop you from connecting with people that you need to. At the same time, if you're feeling like overwhelmed by all the stuff that's going on there, protect yourself too. Protect your energy. Get astute with that, get discerning with that too. So here is something that I think is quite apt, even though we're not quite in December yet, and something that I've already been doing for the last couple of weeks. I've already started reviewing my year. So those of you that work with me privately, you will know that I have something called a head office day, which makes no sense unless you've actually been to one. But the head office day is a bit of structure and a bit of almost kind of like going with your gut, going with the flow as well, all mixed into one. And there are various things that we do throughout that time together, which really helps us get the clarity in moving ahead. This is not me saying you need to do this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. This is me asking a lot of reflective questions, and the clarity comes from that process so that you can step ahead in the world in the way that you want to and need to. So I have already begun that process and started looking back over my year. And what I've been doing is just pulling out the many moments of gratitude. And the reason that I start there, and I would suggest that you do something similar, and for those of you who are working with me, your email about the head office day will go out today, so you'll get all the details of how to join that. And if you aren't working with me and you're curious and maybe want to experience that day, then send me a message to this page and I'll let you know how you can join. Need to respect the fact that most of the people that are working with me have paid in excess of over £2,500 to work with me and more. So there will be a little investment for you to join if you just want to join that. I'd love to look after you for the next 3 to 6 months and really be able to accelerate your visibility too. But the thing that's important about the process is wherever you are at the moment in where you are, and this year has been a year where one day you might be punching the roof and happy dancing, and then the next day you might literally be crying into your soup. It's been that kind of a year. So the first place to start with carving and creating a future that you'll absolutely love, and this could be in life and business, it doesn't have to be one or the other, is to start by reflecting. Many people do kind of gratitude exercises and things like this. This encourages you to go deeper. It's about patting yourself on the back and recognising the very many things that you have done literally throughout the year, month by month by month. So once you've done that, you'll get a good idea of what you would like more of and what you would like less of. So for many of you, you are looking at, well, what do I do moving forward? But I feel it's hard to look at what you want to do moving forward if you haven't sucked the gratitude juice out of what you've done in the past, and also got yourself some clarity, maybe a clearer vision, maybe a clearer impact of what you want to do in the world, the impact you want to make in the world. And also there are micro stories behind that, and the story isn't always about the person. So, although a lot of the stories of the visibility work that I do and have done for over a decade has been around my kind of leaps within the financial services industry, and then what happened and what followed after that. By looking back over a process, I was able to see what that was. There's a story there of the actual program that I put together, and although it has me in it, there are some more deeper stories of why I'm the person teaching this, why I'm the person doing this, why I've been doing it for 10 years and haven't stopped, and why me telling you that I've been doing it for 10 years is important. So, and you'll see more about that throughout the week as I post on here. So it's important to be able to have that vision, that clear vision. Remember, I was talking about real eyes, realize, real lies. So that includes ourselves, and so many of us, we almost deceive ourselves by saying that they're things that we don't really want, we don't need. I've had so many clients, even over the last couple of months, say, I don't want to appear like I'm being materialistic, when the fact is that, they've gone without so many things for so long that now that they feel that yearning or that desire to, get some of the things in their life that they would like, that they almost kind of mapping it over to being materialistic. That's not the same. And so, there are lots of things that we want to create, but we think that we can't. So if you ever find yourself thinking, oh, but I'd love to do this, that seems impossible. What is it the saying says? Remember, the very word says, I'm possible, So this week, I will encourage you to really reflect over your year. There's been sad times for many people as well as good times. As I go through the year, whilst I've seen some phenomenal and amazing things, not just in myself, but in my clients and my friends. I also have lost 3 dear friends this year. And, I've got clients and contacts who have lost many more this year. It's been a tough year for a lot of people. So I want you to have a look at how you can create your life going forward. Look at what you've done and what you can really squeeze the gratitude juice out of. But also acknowledge those losses and what it has meant for you, and which direction it has led you to. And the third thing that I would say is a good way to kind of segue into this is look at what you're tolerating. This has been one of the most powerful questions for many of the clients that I've spoken to, where it's made them realise that they're not trying to be materialistic on wanting something. It's pointed them from what they have tolerated. So try those things, write them down. I would love to know how you get on with this exercise, whether you do this in the next 5 minutes after this live, whether you do it later on today, or whether you do it over the course of this week, or whenever you're watching this video, if you're watching it on the replay. Let me know. You don't have to necessarily put what you've desired or anything else like that, but you might want to type in here and say, I've done the exercise, this is how it made me feel, or I've done the exercise and I realised a few things. So you can be as public or as private as you would like to be. I do like to know, I often wonder how these videos land. Hey, it's Anita from Switzerland. Good morning, birthday girl-ish. Waving to you. So, think back to what you've done this year, what you've achieved, how far you've come, as my mentor often says to me and to many of us in the group. Have a look at what you would like to create, but look from ways of, what have you tolerated, and also remember to acknowledge the people that you've journeyed with along the way, and some of them I know didn't make it through the year. Acknowledge them too. They came bearing gifts and they've left you with gifts, and I really believe that you can acknowledge them too. Hopefully helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to shout out those of you who have typed in, and those of you that haven't, don't worry. I often don't know who you are, but when I do, I won't shout you out. But I want to say a big hello in reverse order to Anita, yay, from Switzerland, to Ivona, yay, from London, who's just been a shining light, to Jennifer, thank you so much for watching. I know that you have likely got a very busy day ahead of you. To Caroline, hey Caroline, I missed your comment before, I didn't see it. Good morning, back to you. And Ivona saying hello to everyone. Who else have we got there? That's it, I think. Oh, and Karen. Mustn't forget Karen. Karen was the first person to jump on and say good morning. So good morning to you. Either send me a message here if you haven't already, and then you can get my one-pager, all for free, free 5 steps to visibility. When you sign up on that list, you get one that helps you to navigate LinkedIn. And then the second one that you get, which actually lands into your inbox, is my 5-step vibe system. It's the 5-step system which will help to accelerate and activate your visibility and to do it really easy. It's a one-pager because I know you're busy, I know that you're spinning plates, and I don't want you to feel in overwhelm. So thank you so much for watching. Do share this on your timeline or in the groups that you're in if you're allowed to, because you never know who else on your Facebook connections or of your Facebook connections might need a bit of a pep up this morning. There's a lot of people out there that need it. Do share it, and if you're part of the Vibes tribe, do go in and share how people can stay connected with you before the page gets archived. Once the page gets archived, by the way, you'll still be able to see all the posts that are in there. You just won't be able to comment or post anything new. So, do kind of leave your legacy and put how people can stay connected with you in there. And I look forward to reading your messages, and thank you for those of you who've been sending me messages. I'm really okay, and I want you to be okay with this as well. I want you to go with your gut with things. I'm not abandoning anybody. There are very many ways that I still am out there and can help and work with you, and I hope to get the opportunity to do that for those of you that I haven't had the opportunity to work with yet. Lots of love to you. Happy Monday. Bye for now.